Hello, Internet. Today we're going to be talking about Legacy of Luther Strode #1 and Avengers World #19. So, first, Legacy of Luther Strode. Oh my god, I have missed this book. It is incredible. Well, to be clear, Legacy of Luther Strode hasn't come out yet. It just came out #1, but there have been previous Luther Strode books. And Luther Strode books are incredible. They're just these kind of fun adventure books. They're not trying to make a commentary on the nature of superheroes or anything. They're just fun adventure books with incredible art. When I say incredible art, I mean incredible art. This is nothing short of incredible. You have to understand this. It's incredible how incredible it is. I hope I don't sound incredible when I say that. See what I did there? I made a joke. Anyway, no, really, it's gorgeous. So many people in comics, they just try to copy the dominant style. Everybody's trying to out Jim Lee. Jim Lee. Everybody's trying to, do that kind of thing, and it never works because that's impossible. Jim Lee is Jim Lee, and there can be only one, and you don't get his powers if you cut off his head. Okay, at least not to my knowledge. But this has its own art style, and it flows and it moves, and everything is liquid. It's just like it's so gorgeous, and the eyes are really expressive. Like, they aren't too large, they aren't like weird anime eyes. They're just large and expressive, and you can tell what everyone's feeling. And it's intense when it's supposed to be intense, and quiet when it's supposed to be quiet. Have I mentioned that I like the art? Because I don't think I'm getting this across strongly enough. It is what some may call amazing. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's a double-sized issue as well. Go for it. Get it, man. The story is also pretty good. It's a nice introduction. Now, for those of you who don't know, Luther Strode discovered the Hercules method in the back of an old comic book, and this allowed him to become enormous in size and incredibly powerful, like, kung fu, but he's still a human. He can die from bullets, but he usually catches them in his muscle. You know, it's fun. Don't I know some of you are rolling your eyes. If you're one of those people who's rolling your eyes, just slap yourself. Slap yourself in the face as hard as you can, because this is awesome. Anyway, so this starts off where I think the previous Luther Strode book, which escapes my name at the moment, left off. They just defeated Jack the Ripper in a mall, and Jack the Ripper killed all these people. This method also gives you longevity, and so they're covered in blood. Like, they chainsawed Jack the Ripper, and now they're covered in blood. And they've been arrested by the police, and now Luther Strode escapes. It's super cool. He's showing a little bit of restraint with the police. I think he kills some of them, but he shows some restraint in this book. I mean, this is crazy. Anyway, they escape and they fight this couple, and the girl who's his sidekick slash girlfriend, shoots one of the guys in the forehead and kills him right away, snipers him. So they're mortal, but they have these incredible powers. And then Luther and the woman fight, and it's an incredible action sequence. It's so cinematic and liquid and movement and energy and awesome. Have I mentioned I like the art in this book? Have I mentioned it? And apparently the bad guy for this whole thing is going to be Samson, as in Samson and Delilah, as in the Old Testament. This method has been around forever. Apparently, Cain, as in Cain and Abel, is the first one. Like, they show him in previous stories, using his tongue to pull out one of his teeth and then shooting it like a bullet at someone's head. Just crazy as hell. Okay, pick it up, man. Pick up this book. I don't know what to tell you. Why are you still listening? Why aren't you in your car going to get Luther Strode? Avengers World, number 19. First off, the first thing that I find right away with this book is we see Thanos on the cover. Thanos is not in the book. This is just one of those things to me that I do not like when people do this. Do not do that. It is not okay to do this. The art is fantastic. The art is fantastic. It's much more standard. It's not as energetic. It's not as lively as Luther Strode, but it is mechanically good. There is nothing wrong with this art. Let me rephrase that. This art is wonderful. I'm sorry. I love Luther Strode that much that I'm like downplaying a major Avengers title because it's so good in comparison. Anyway, it's kind of a throwaway connective issue. Hyperion joins Sunspot as Sunspot performs a hostile takeover on A.I.M, Advanced Idea Mechanics, which is an interesting idea. I'm not really sure why they're telling this story. It's the story itself seems like connective tissue, way to go somewhere new with A.I.M, and I know it's part of the larger Time Runs Out story event, but this just, it's very tangential. You know, if they were trying to make A.I.M like a secondary shield, that could be cool, but if you're going to reset the world in 2 months, why does anyone care? And honestly, I bought this book because I saw Thanos on the cover, and I thought we were going to see some Thanos, and Thanos, you know, is really cool. They really have been doing a very cool job with him. My favorite Thanos moment recently was the Cabal, Thanos and his minions and Namor and the Black Swan were all on a planet that was about to die, and Namor has just fallen to the ground. You know, he was kicked off a platform from orbit by Black Bolt. One of Thanos' lieutenants comes up to him and says, "What happened? What are you doing?" And Namor just kind of looks at him and is like, "I don't answer to you." And then Thanos comes over and says, "What happened?" And you kind of see this panel where Namor kind of stutters. Then he says, "It was Black Bolt," like looking at the ground. It's so incredible. It shows how people react to Thanos, where he is in the hierarchy. I mean, the guy who asked first had a glaive that could cut atoms. That's a Wonder Woman level weapon. That is a cosmic weapon. And Namor's just like, "Man, I don't give a fuck what you think." But when Thanos comes around, you you start acting appropriately. So anyway, back to Avengers World number 19. It's a cool book. There's good art. It's a cool fight between Sunspot, I believe it's Sunspot, and the scientist supreme of A.I.M. The scientist supreme wants to build an A.I.M empire, and that's kind of goofy. It seems like maybe they're wrapping up. Well, what they did is they jumped forward, and they showed that he had acquired A.I.M, and now they're filling in the gap, and it's, whatever. But, alright. Told you what I think about those, and I will talk to you guys on Sunday. Have a great week.